Hello. In this session, we're going to look at how you can navigate the internet. We're going to look at things like tabs, cookies, and bookmarks. Some of those terms will be new to you. Don't worry, we're going to have a look at each of them in detail. We'll talk through them and I'll show you how to find them on your browser. So let's take a look. We're now going to look at tabs. So what are tabs? Well, they allow you to have more than one website open at any one time. So if you want to quickly look at different information, they allow you to look at different information. So let's say you were comparing prices on two different websites, or you had a news article open on one website and you wanted to find out a little bit more information about it on a company's website, say for instance. So tabs are really, really useful. Now, I'm using Google Chrome on a laptop device, but most browsers, well, all browsers and across mobile or tablet devices, the functions and the processes of how tabs works the same. So what I'm going to show you today is applicable in most of the situations you'll come across using most devices and most browsers. Let's look at how you open up a tab. The easiest way around of doing it, if you're on a laptop or desktop device, is to just press this plus key here, and you'll see as I'm hovering over it, it says New Tab. And what that will do is automatically open up a new tab on my Google homepage. And I could, if I wanted to, do a search from there. I'm not going to at the moment. I'm going to show you another way of opening up a tab. If you're on a laptop or desktop device, what you can do is press Control T. Now, Control is a button that you on your keypad that will usually have the letters C, T, R, L on. And then you just press in the letter T at the same time. So you need to hold both buttons down. So I'm going to do that. So by pressing Control and T, I've now opened up another tab. Now, in some cases, it might be best not to have too many tabs open. If you can't charge your device up easily, or you haven't charged it up for a while and the battery's running a bit low, it's a good idea not to have too many tabs constantly open. Also, in some instances, having too many tabs can slow your computer down a bit. So how do we turn a tab off? How do we get rid of it? Well, that's quite simple. We just press this cross up here and it goes. Just press this cross up here and it goes. So that's how we create and get rid of tabs. So I'm just going to create another one. So to move between tabs, all I do is just left click. I'm using a mouse on the tab that I want, and I can move between the two of them. This is me moving between the Google homepage and the government website. And that's how we move between the two of them. You can open up old tabs by pressing this set of buttons up here. On some browsers it will be different, and what you can do is press those three little dots there, and then what you can do is look at history, and then it will show you tabs that you've had open in the past. And that is how we can open and close tabs and also find out which tabs we've had open in the past and access them. The next thing we're going to look at are cookies. These aren't the cookies that you eat. These are digital cookies. They're used by websites to save information about you. And they can make it a bit easier for you to navigate the internet, and also if you've changed some information on a website, the next time you go back to it and you start typing, it should be saved in there. So they can be very useful, but companies must ask you if it's okay to save information about you, because sometimes cookies are used in advertisement and things like that. Now, I've stayed on the government website here because I just wanted to show you their cookies options, so to speak, because they're very similar to most other websites, but on the government website they're very, very clear and very, very big. So let's just take a look at them. So what most websites should do now is tell you that they've got cookies and give you a brief explanation of what's going on. On the government website, you can see here it's right at the top. It's very clear. Cookies are on gov.uk. There's a little bit of information here. And then I can either accept additional cookies or reject additional cookies. Now, this wording, most websites will have something similar to this: accept or reject, make changes, things like that. So on each website you can choose to either accept the cookies or reject the cookies. In this case, I'm just going to press that I accept the additional cookies, and then what you'll often see is once you've pressed that, whether you've pressed accept or reject, you'll see that there's a slight change to the message because now you've done something. But what should happen on most websites is that if you want to review what's going on with the cookies, there should be a little link or something somewhere to allow you to see what's going on. Sometimes it's at the top of the page, but more often than not, it will be right at the bottom in what's called the footer. And if I go down to the bottom of the government website, I can see here the word cookies. So if I now left click on that, I get a page and more information about cookies. We're now going to look at bookmarks. Bookmarks are a really simple and effective way of saving the pages that you're interested in. You don't have to then go back and search for them. So this can be really useful if you're, say, interested in a particular recipe and you just want to go back and find it because you want to cook it. Or let's say you want to make sure that you're visiting the right bank's website. So you can save the bookmark once you know you're on the right place, and you can just keep going back to it time and time again without having to search and look through different pages. So let's look at how you can save a bookmark. So to save a bookmark, I've got a couple of different options again, same as I had with tabs. So what I can do is I can click this star button here, and if I hover over it, it says bookmark this tab. In a lot of browsers, the bookmark symbol is a star or something similar to that. And what I can do is left click that star there, and I can at this point now name the tab. So it's automatically put in welcome to gov.uk, but I might not exactly remember what that is. So what I can do is delete that and change it to government website, because that's a bit more meaningful to me. I've then got a couple of options here. I can save the bookmark to a folder, or I can save it to what's called my bookmark bar. Bookmark bar is here, and it just, if you have it set to so that it's always there, it will always be at the top of the screen. It just allows you to really quickly press on the bookmark that you're after. So I'm now going to press done, and now that bookmark is there. And if I open up a new tab, so I'm just going to press Ctrl T, you can see the bookmark bar stays there, and what I can then do is left click on the government website button there, and it will take me straight through to that page. So I'm just going to get rid of this tab, and I'm also going to now delete this bookmark. So what I can do is right click and then left click delete, and it goes away. Now my second option for saving a bookmark is to press Ctrl D, and I get this little box that appears up here, and essentially I go through the same process again to save the bookmark. So now that I've saved some bookmarks, how do I find them? Well, there's three options, so let's look at them. First and easiest one is the one that I've already had a look at. So if I just open up a new tab, I'm on the sort of Google homepage, the page that my browser automatically opens for me. I can just left click here on the bookmark bar, the one that I'm after. So in this case, the government website. And it'll take me straight through to it. Another option, if I just open up another new tab, is I can start typing up here. And then I can go through the bookmark there. And then finally, if I'm really not sure and I've got a lot of bookmarks, one way that you can look for them is to press, I'm just going to open up a new tab, and then let's just left click this three little dots up here, which opens up this menu. And then you can see here there's one that says bookmarks, and then there's some functions here that I can control, but the bit that I'm looking for is the government website bookmark that I saved earlier. I can see here it's at the bottom. So all I do now is left click there. It takes me through to the website that I'm after.